Have you ever thought how blockchain networks validate transactions and create new blocks? For example, when I send or receive a coin or a token from a different person, who is responsible to keep track of the transaction and decide whether or not the transaction is valid? This is where consensus mechanisms come in. In the world of cryptocurrency, consensus mechanisms play an important role in ensuring the integrity, security, and decentralization of blockchain networks. These mechanisms serve as the backbone of every blockchain network, enabling consensus among network participants on the order and validity of transactions. But why do blockchain networks need to validate transactions? And how can network participants profit from this process? Keep watching, because by the end of this video, you will know the principles and mechanisms of the underlying blockchain consensus. At its core, a consensus mechanism is a set of rules and protocols that govern how participants in a decentralized network agree on the order and validity of transactions and maintain a consistent state of the blockchain ledger. In traditional centralized systems such as banks, a centralized authority validates and records transactions. However, in decentralized blockchain networks, there is no central authority. Instead, consensus mechanisms enable network participants, also known as nodes, to collectively validate and agree on the order and authenticity of transactions without the need for an intermediary. But why are consensus mechanisms important? Consensus mechanisms are fundamental to the functioning of blockchain networks for several reasons. The most important ones are security, decentralization, immutability, and scalability. Consensus mechanisms help prevent fraudulent or malicious activities such as double spending attacks by ensuring that transactions are verified and confirmed by a majority of participants. Next, by distributing decision-making power across a network of nodes, consensus mechanisms promote decentralization, reducing the reliance on centralized authorities and enhancing the resilience of the network against censorship and manipulation. Additionally, consensus mechanisms contribute to the immutability of blockchain ledgers by ensuring that once transactions are recorded and confirmed, they cannot be altered or tampered with retroactively. Finally, efficient consensus mechanisms facilitate faster transaction processing and scalability, enabling blockchain networks to handle a growing volume of transactions without compromising performance or security. But what are the different types of consensus mechanisms? Several consensus mechanisms have been developed to address different requirements within blockchain networks. For example, you might have heard of proof of work, proof of stake, delegated proof of stake, and proof of authority. Proof of work is one of the earliest and most well-known consensus mechanisms popularized by Bitcoin. In a proof of work system, network participants, known as miners, compete to solve complex cryptographic puzzles to validate transactions and create new blocks. The first miner to solve the puzzle earns the right to add the next block to the blockchain and receives a reward in the form of newly minted cryptocurrency. Proof of work is known for its security and resistance to attacks, but has drawbacks such as high energy consumption and scalability limitations. Next up, we have proof of stake. Proof of stake is an alternative consensus mechanism that aims to address the energy inefficiency of proof of work. In a proof-of-stake system, validators are chosen to create new blocks and validate transactions based on the amount of cryptocurrency they hold and are willing to stake, meaning deposit, to the network as collateral. Validators are selected randomly, with higher stakes increasing the likelihood of selection. Proof-of-stake is known for its energy efficiency and scalability, but may face challenges related to centralization. An example of a proof-of-stake network is Ethereum. Delegated proof-of-stake, on the other hand, is a variation of proof-of-stake that introduces a governance layer to the consensus process. In a delegated proof-of-stake system, token holders vote for a limited number of delegates who are responsible for validating transactions and producing new blocks on behalf of the network. Delegated proof-of-stake is characterized by its efficiency and scalability, as well as its potential for democratic governance, but may be criticized for its potential centralization and governance risks. An example of a delegated proof-of-stake network is Tron. Finally, proof of authority is a consensus mechanism commonly used in permissioned or private blockchain networks. In a proof of authority system, a pre-selected group of trusted validators or authorities are responsible for validating transactions and maintaining the network. Validators are typically known entities such as corporations or government agencies and are held accountable for their actions. Proof of authority offers high performance and scalability as well as strong governance and security, but may sacrifice decentralization and censorship resistance. An example of such network is VeChain. Consensus mechanisms are the cornerstone of blockchain technology, enabling decentralized networks to reach agreement on the validity of transactions and maintain a consistent state of the ledger. From the energy-intensive proof-of-work to the energy-efficient proof-of-stake and the governance-focused delegated proof-of-stake, there are various consensus mechanisms designed to suit different use cases and objectives. Understanding the strengths and weaknesses of each mechanism is crucial for designing and deploying robust and efficient blockchain networks that meet the diverse needs of users and applications. As the blockchain space continues to evolve, consensus mechanisms will play a central role in shaping the future of decentralized finance, governance, and beyond. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about how crypto works, click here to watch the video on smart contracts.